Certain sounds trigger certain painful reactions in my body. But why? Why am I experiencing sound sensitivity? I'm gonna take you through my process of trying to find this one out. Please remember that I'm not a doctor. I am just a curious patient looking for answers and various coping mechanisms, which I share with you here. If you experience anything I speak of, then please speak to your doctor like I did. Let's get started. Now, here's the background and how I cope with sound sensitivity. The first thing we should look at and tell the doctor are our symptoms, known triggers, and any past traumas. I have never worked in a very loud environment, and neither have I had any past trauma associated with noise or a certain type of sound. In fact, I have always lived in loud and noisy cities, so loud or sudden sounds aren't new to me. In fact, even sudden sounds in the silence of the night isn't new to me, especially when you live in a city that doesn't sleep, like Mumbai. But in 2015, something changed. Well, I know what changed. I went through a huge flare-up and a health crash with my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. My legs were in excruciating pain, but I didn't know why. 18 months on, we got to know it was hypermobile EDS. If you would like to know more about this, my diagnosis, and how I manage it, then I will link the relevant videos and blog posts in the description box. Now, along with EDS, I was also diagnosed with POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. It's a type of dysautonomia, an autonomic dysfunction. Again, if you wish to know more about this, then please check out the description box. So, since 2015, my body now seemed to react to sound. If I hear a high-pitched sound, whether it's a spoon or a high-pitched voice, and even if I hear a hairpin fall on the floor, the sound of metal can, on some occasions, trigger one of my legs to jerk, especially when I'm resting, but almost always causes sudden pain in any part of my body. The pain is as if someone sitting inside me has punched a bruise inside out. This pain reverberates just like sound does and spreads to neighboring areas, like a ripple effect of pain. It's all a very internal type of pain, as if the pain is coming from inside out. No matter what I do, I cannot control how I react. Now, if that wasn't enough, I also can't take too many sounds at the same time, all while someone is talking to me. For example, if the television is on and someone speaks to me, I start feeling physically and mentally disturbed and struggle to focus. This is worse if I have to speak because I feel I can't hear myself. It's as if my thought process and my ability to comprehend reduces. So in my home, we'll mute the TV, and whether I'm having a conversation or not, I mute the TV during commercials, which seems to always be louder than the actual show we're watching. You'd probably wonder now, or you may not wonder, but just in case you do. How do I live in a loud, busy city and go to loud cafes, restaurants, and other places of loud conversations, sounds of cutlery, and loud music? I don't seem to have a problem with loud. Well, I love loud music, especially if it's music I like. But if in that loud music, multiple conversations are trying to happen, then my brain gets confused. In cafes, yes, the cutlery sounds bother me, and so do high-pitched conversations coming from another table. Yes, I do experience extra pain, but I'm always in pain anyway. Thank you, EDS, endometriosis, adenomyosis, and fibromyalgia. So I find myself having to just bear the extra pain because I rarely step out and meet friends. So I basically just deal with it. My family and close friends know about this, so they understand my struggles. My mom makes sure not to go into the kitchen, move spoons or utensils around, or close any drawers or cupboards when I'm resting. She has been so kind in adjusting her chores around me to give me the least amount of discomfort for a couple of hours a day to help my body recuperate. Now, that's my background and how I manage it. But why is this happening? Let's first understand which possible conditions are linked with sound sensitivity. The first that I came across was hyperacusis. Hyperacusis is a rare condition in which there is sensitivity to sound, whether it's loud sounds, everyday sounds, and even high-pitched sounds can cause pain in the ear. It can even feel like a burning pain in the ear, a sense of fullness, and tinnitus. I got that right. But this doesn't match my symptoms because I do not get burning pain or any pain in my ears. But reading this 2016 post on statnews.com made me believe that there could be so much more to hyperacusis than it just paining the ear and head region. And I quote statnews.com. Within the cochlea, one kind of nerve fiber has long puzzled scientists. These mystery fibers resemble pain fibers elsewhere in the body. When certain sensory cells of the cochlea are damaged, as might occur during very loud noise, they release a chemical that activates the mysterious pain fibers. In some people, these fibers seem to switch on and never switch off. Unquote. Now let's look at my second option and where it leads me to. Second option in terms of another condition. So going through various forums, I came across a lot of people who go through what I do. In those forums, many people suggested something called a sensory processing disorder. What is sensory processing disorder, SPD? Without getting too technical, SPD is when the way in which our sense perceptions, such as sound, smell, touch, etc., are not properly integrated and processed in our central nervous system. And I quote Wikipedia here, it means to provide appropriate response to the demands of the environment, which means that some or all of our senses don't react how it should. Also, probing further, although there is no known cause of SPD, the processing, like I said earlier, happens in our central nervous system, which also houses our midbrain and brain stem. Again, I quote Wikipedia. These brain regions are involved in processes including coordination, attention, arousal, and autonomic function. Unquote. Now stay with me here. Hope I'm not losing you. So dysautonomia is where there is an autonomic dysfunction. And I have POTS, which is a form of dysautonomia. It was time to speak to my doctor and know if this was the reason or is it something else, because the reason for pain hasn't been answered. Or has it? Okay, what did my doctor say about my sound sensitivity? Now, because I have dysautonomia, it is very obvious that my senses experience a dysfunction. I am bound to be troubled by my senses just as I do with sound and smell at times, whereas others, just an example, may be troubled by touch and taste more. Some may be troubled by all their senses. The next question that then came to mind was, I'm sensitive to sound because of my autonomic dysfunction, but why does it cause pain? This is where my doctor explained that since my senses are sensitive and are heightened, so are my pain levels because of my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and my fibromyalgia. Therefore, it's no surprise that one trigger, in this case sound, can cause sudden pain in areas that have gone through EDS trauma from my 2015 health crash. Phew. So now we know why it's possibly happening, but my doctor did add that there does need to be more research in these areas, and it should be explained to patients who experience this that these issues do occur. To add to that, I feel such explanations are necessary so that patients have the confidence to share and believe that what they're going through is actually happening to them. Because in my personal experience, people like me at times are frowned upon or not believed by those around us. Before I and now, while researching, I came across various other interesting conditions to sound sensitivity called misphonia. In case you're curious about it, then give it a search because it does seem to trouble many who have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, as it was mentioned on many forums. But its symptoms don't match with mine. So I gave it a miss, and my doctor felt it wasn't misphonia for me either. Okay, now I hope this video has helped. And if you would like more insights on sound sensitivity and pain, then I would love, if you have, more insights on sound sensitivity and pain, then I would love to hear from you. Please do drop in your comment in the comment section below. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.